Maximum Fab Unleashed.
Change outfit with hairstyle and makeup.
Straight yung buhok ko, biglang na nag-magic ako, nagpa-perm ako.
Tussle. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fiverwatch. My name is Altair.
Mayor.
Mika.
And we're just a ragtag bunch of geeks and freaks who like talking about comics, TV shows, movies, and everything under the sun that we think is cool. For this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about Wandavision Ep.1-9! Guys, I just want to hold your hand virtually and say, we made it! We made it, guys! Without losing our sanity!
But before, we let other people lose their sanity, we of course have to remind them that we are going to be discussing this episode in depth. So if you haven't seen the finale, please do put us on mute and maybe just watch us flail around. Or you can save this stream, this video for another time because we are going to be discussing a lot of spoilers in 5, 4, this is your last warning, 2,
3,
and 1.
Guys.
It's been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy ride ever since episode 1, where we didn't even know what to expect. Episode 9, guys. So how did you find the way that Marvel tried to close it all out?
I'm just gonna say, okay, it wasn't bad, but Paul Bettany, you troll, my dude, you troll. Oh my god.
Yes.
So he basically built something up, by conducting an interview and saying and tweeting. But this did come from him. That there was a cameo at the end of WandaVision that he was super excited about. Fans will go crazy, and he was working with an actor that he's always wanted to work with.
Yeah.
Ang troll talaga niya. And then his next tweet, it was me.
And he had an interview with Good Morning America, where they were asking him, "What was all that about? What did you say?" And he just basically said, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be funny."
Yeah.
Paul Bettany.
You have two kinds of. So now you have two kinds of people in Marvel. You have a Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. Tom Holland,
They're like
the spoiler department.
Shut up, guys. Shut up. And then you have Paul Bettany, who's like, nobody's gonna believe whatever I'm saying now.
The boy who cried.
Even if it's real, yeah.
The boy who cried cameo.
Okay. I have a theory. For you, Mika, that might save Ralph Boner. Let's go to Ralph Boner.
Isa pa yan si Ralph Boner. Wait, I have a theory about this Paul Bettany thing. You know how the scene wherein Wanda was stormed into Sword and was supposedly seemed like she was stealing Vision. That scene was supposed to be at the end of Endgame. And it wasn't it wasn't included. It was supposed to be at the end of Endgame, apparently.
Okay.
To tease the segue into WandaVision. I feel like there was a cameo that was shot. I feel like there was indeed a big cameo that was shot.
But it may have been edited out.
It may have been edited out because of the wrench in everybody's plans that is COVID-19. So because the timeline, take note that in the original timeline, in the original pre-COVID timeline, WandaVision was supposed to lead directly into Doctor Strange. They were just 2 months apart, but now we have to wait a year and a half, I think, for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So I feel like they cut out that cameo just because it would be too much of a, it would be too much for fans, I guess, at least to wait, a year and a half. They're probably going to insert that into another series, maybe.
Okay.
Somewhere along the way. But I feel like had we stayed with the original production timeline of Doctor Strange happening 2 months later, which is like May of this year, that cameo still might have been there. I still think that cameo existed, and Paul Bettany was just not informed that it was not included, and he started talking about it, and like the director said, he just dug his own grave.
Maybe Paul Bettany just jumped the gun. And then after that, he's like, it's
not there?
Kevin Feige just told me that that's not going to come out this one. So he just had to cover it up with, I'm just making a joke.
The overall reception of the episode was pretty good. It was awesome, in fact. A lot of people loved it.
It was a good episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Just the nitpicks were most likely what Paul Bettany said online. But yeah, overall, like in connection to the other 8 episodes that came before, it was a pretty well-rounded story.
In this last episode, what they did is they just really put everything into a full circle when it comes to Wanda. I mean, what happens to her family, what happens to her powers. It's all about
Yeah.
Wanda, and I actually am fine with a lot of threads not tied up. Like what was Agnes's real motivation? Why was Tyler so angry at Wanda? All of these loose ends, all of these things that weren't answered. Even of course, Pietro, Quicksilver, all of these loose ends are still there. Monica, there's still so many things that we haven't like really delved into. All of it is just side notes compared to what happened to Wanda and how Wanda basically dealt with her issues. That's what this
That
episode does.
So that's very true. And you know what? I know that there are all of these, questions and theories and everything, but at the heart of WandaVision is really just, Wanda and getting through grief and getting through those, it's the 5 stages of grief, essentially. And
Yeah.
this last one was very clearly acceptance. And it was a really
Yeah.
subtle and beautiful way to show acceptance. I mean,
True.
like how, oh my God, the tears really, came out when
Yeah.
she was tucking the kids into bed, and then she said, "Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for choosing me to be your mom." And I was like, "Oh my God, oh, it's it's very very quiet. She
Yeah.
she wasn't like bawling or anything or trying to let them go because she already knows at this point that she had to let them go. And even her, oh my God, heart wrenching goodbye with Vision. Oh, if you
That's
thought
the
that like
third
the
time.
Riot, this girl
This
is
is the
like
third
going
time to
through
say
much,
goodbye.
It is.
right? And they'll say hello again.
Ah, that line.
Oh
That line. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Paul
goodness!
Bettany has the
Oh.
best lines in this show.
He's portraying an android. He's portraying a robot, but he acts more human and sincere and with his heart on his shoulder than most of the people here. I mean, Paul Bettany, man, you are like boom. I mean, up there when it comes
I
to
just think that we're caring so much about this relationship, and it's really a side character in the Marvel universe and a pink android, and we're caring so
Yes.
much about. I mean, like the fact that Paul Bettany has us bawling,
He
and
did.
he's covered in pink. You know,
How can you, diba?
Right?
I like
Taking it seriously.
I like that.
amazing.
I like that Paul Bettany both endears us and infuriates us for some people.
that is true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right. He knows. So anyway, so going to the nitty gritty, I guess. Like, so we're gonna have which on which action.
Mhm.
I like Agatha there. Like, so you get like fireballs left and right, and then I like that moment where Wanda's like, oh, so I can't hit you with magic, so I'm gonna hit you with a car. So, and it's a very big homage to
The Wizard of
Yes.
Oz.
Wizard of Oz with the boots. It's-
Yeah.
So now we come into gripes with the first interaction between White Vision and her. She's kind of freaky because she was super disarmed. She's like, Vision? She
Wanda.
start to go Game of Thrones on her.
Mhm.
She starts
Yeah,
Vision
no,
starts to go
Oberyn
Game of Thrones
She
on
was
her.
like all Oberyn Martell-ish. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
man.
like, what the crap's happening? She was about to catch, and then of course, WandaVision enters, and then you have a Vision on Vision fight.
Yeah.
And I like that whole family shot right there. The whole family Avenger-esque shot.
It's very
of them
Did you
incredible.
four.
catch? Did you catch
Right.
the? Yeah, it actually was
It's
incredible.
very incredible.
Like, did you catch the Avengers theme?
Yeah.
When they had that shot.
Dun,
Yeah, yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun,
There's a-
dun,
yeah, yeah,
dun.
There's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gusto ko yung
A
the
reprise.
kids don't know anything about fighting, but they had their stance.
so cute.
I know, it's so
Oh,
cute.
I love them.
I found it funny that Wanda said to the kids, "Okay, kids, go handle the military. Mommy's just gonna be right back."
Ah, cool, mom.
I know,
Cool,
right?
Mom.
And then she flies out. Oh, we can handle the military.
Yeah, they were playing with them.
It's just people with guns, right?
Yeah. And then that's also when Photon steps in, when Monica steps in.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
the last stray bullet that Photon wasn't able to catch, Tommy catches it and then does the same and drops it to the floor.
Actually, Darcy saved the day. Like, with ramming and say, ano yun? Hope you like prison!
Yeah. I wanted to talk
Go
about
ahead.
that scene where Vision and White Vision have their confrontation in the library scene because
Yeah.
They're
Because
philosophical
if you have two
confrontation.
Yeah.
robots, 'cause if you have two robots who have the same power set and same strength, so how do you beat one another? It's by existential philosophy.
Logic battle. I love it. So White Vision says, that's my directive. My directive is to destroy Vision, right? And so they get to, but who is the real Vision? And then they go into this philosophical battle about the ship of Theseus.
The actual,
The ship of Theseus.
Yeah.
Ship of Theseus.
the ship of Theseus.
Like, if a
I like the how he started the conversation by saying, "But I'm only a conditional vision."
Yeah, conditional. It's such.
Yeah.
It's so computer terms,
Yeah.
right? If and then
Yeah.
statement.
What was White Vision's line?
I request
If
elaboration.
you ma- I request elaboration. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna do some mental check in the library.
It was such a cool scene. I love that scene. And
I love all of the memes that come out where it's like Wanda and Agnes are like flying around throwing fireballs, and then you flash to the two visions. Oh yes, the ship of Theseus. Yes, you think it's actually real?
I
Oh,
know,
good sir, good sir. Yes.
Yeah.
but it's such a Vision thing
I
to
like
do.
the whole.
It's such a Vision thing
Yeah.
to do. Just to
It's a
Yeah.
very Vision way of like,
philosophical
solving the
debate.
problem.
I love it. I love that
Yeah.
scene.
So after the debate, they realized that either none of them are,
Or both of them.
or both of them
Or
are,
both
or
of
none of
them
them
are.
are. Yeah.
It's a Schrodinger's vision.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
yeah, parang ganon.
Wanda's Vision has the Mind Stone, and then Vision counteracts with but I don't have any of my real parts, right? So they're like two parts of a whole in a way, and so Vision activates the Mind Stone or unlocks White Vision's memories, right?
Did he actually transfer everything of himself
No,
to
no.
White Vision?
He just unlocked
Yeah.
the memories.
So I think like he unlocked the memories, but only the Mind Stone can give him emotions. Because that's the one thing special about
Humanity,
him. He's powered
soul.
by the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
It's obvious that he's gonna come back,
Yeah, but
and obviously he's gonna meet Wanda again.
I think
for
what's
sure.
gonna happen is we are gonna get something similar to the comics. The White Vision was more of just the android. He has the memories. He
Yeah.
knows what happened between Wanda and him back then. But without the Mind Stone to give him the personality, the soul, and the feelings, he's going to be more of a machine.
He can't process it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't. He knows what you're going through, but experience-wise, but he doesn't know how you feel.
Or he can't
He's
feel.
not gonna
Parang
empathize with you.
Exactly.
He's not
So-
gonna empathize with you. Right.
In the comics
That
pa
would be
nga,
a very
I
funny
remember
vision.
they still were together, White Vision and Wanda. But it was just like White Vision playing along with her, like pretending to like, yes, I love you, honey, but like the eyes are
Ouch.
dead. That's in the comics. I don't know if that's what they're going for,
Well,
but it'll
see.
be interesting if that's
Yeah.
the new
It'll be interesting to
Vision
see,
we're gonna be seeing.
So after that fight, no, it's the witches fight,
Right.
right? So it's the one-on-one in the sky,
Mhm.
right? And like, I don't want this. So Wanda keeps throwing her fireballs, right? Fireballs, and then first of all, she does the, he can't see me anymore. Like, girl, invisible.
I like it that,
So
that she
And
did
she does the thing.
she pulled the same trick that she pulled with Iron Man in Ultron, where she does the shift,
Yeah.
shift, and then she goes beside him and then
Yeah.
like
That's
hexes
right.
her.
This is a callback to that. Yeah.
Exactly what she did to,
Right.
to Tony Stark in the Avengers in the Age of Ultron. That's pretty cool.
This is the whole full circle moment of Wanda, wherein she's like, gives all of her power, right? And seemingly misses some fireballs.
Yeah. I was so frustrated
Seemingly
watching that
some
because I was
fireballs.
like, I mean, she was missing all over
Ako
the
rin.
place. I was like, just
I'm
shoot
like-
her.
I'm
But
like-
then it was like every time that she would hit her, she's losing power. So what are we doing here? It's like you know that she's draining her
Yeah.
power, girl. What are you doing?
And then does the power thing, doesn't happen. And then you're like, what's happening? Maybe this all is an illusion,
Yeah.
right? Like a bigger illusion that Wanda made, right? 'Cause
Which she's
ginanon
totally
nga niya
capable of.
yung-
She's totally
Yeah,
capable
so
of
I'm
that.
like, did she just meta the meta? Right? So no, apparently, she made runes on the wall, since saying only the witch who's cast those runes can use their magic. I'm like, quick study,
Mhm.
that girl. And she only saw the runes for like what, 2 seconds each? During the time
Nag-Google siya in
that
between.
Agatha pointed,
Mm.
diba?
She went to
When-
YouTube in between and she was like,
Yeah.
she watched the
The
video. How
moment
do
that
you use
Agatha
runes?
pointed it out in the
Yeah.
basement, like, runes, honey, runes. So she's like, okay, gotta memorize that shit. It might come in handy.
She's a quick study.
It looked like a tree. Why
Yeah.
can't you draw it?
I'm just gonna spitball that. I'm gonna spitball it. this is where she siphons everything back, and we get her Super Saiyan look. Her outfit is finally revealed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah,
That's a
girl
really.
moment. Like,
And that was a
I like
very.
the design.
Oh, I love the outfit.
That was a very anime
I
style
like it.
transformation though. Like it's the first
Yeah,
time that we
like
see.
Sailor Moon siya eh.
Oh, may Sailor Moon
Yeah.
moment siya eh, na parang change outfit with hairstyle and makeup.
Boom.
Like
Oh,
Lady Gaga siya in
diba?
space in the air.
Gusto ko yung, ano to? Straight yung buhok ko, biglang na nag-magic ako, nagpa-perm
Tussle,
ako.
tussle.
Boom.
Ayan. So, curly na siya.
May mga invisible flying
Sailor
mga
Moon,
beautician.
napaka-Sailor Moon. May mga invisible beautician.
Oh, the hairstylist.
Oh, makeup mo sis.
Diba?
Yung
Quick,
sis, ganyan.
quick change galore. Oh my god, that's gonna be the new the new quick change to beat.
Oh,
diba?
diba?
Yes.
Wanda me.
Oh, on air, diba?
Wandami.
Yung mga RuPaul
Okay, so,
dyan, yun na yung bagong Wandavision
what's
quick
your-
change.
Oh my gosh.
How did you like the costume? How do you like the? It was pretty good. I like that they didn't go for bright red, right? Because
Yeah.
in the comics it's very bright red, right? It's more of
Scarlet.
This is me, by the way, being like the X-Men fan. It
Mhm.
reminded me of Magneto, the Michael Fassbender costume.
That is true.
yeah.
If you
It's
if you look
same
at
color-ish.
screenshots of it, yeah,
Same
it looks very similar to
It
Daddy
looks
Michael
very-
Fassbender costume.
I like
Magneto, that's
I like
right.
that it's a mix of her. It's a mix of her modern costume, the one where she has like all black, and then the red is only the chest piece and the skirt,
Mhm.
and everything was black. But here they removed the black clothing, so she's sleeveless,
Mhm.
which is okay. Like yeah,
It's a
'Cause
Homer,
you're-
girl,
you're Lizzie. You should want it.
queen.
Okay, so
Queen.
girl, I'm
Yes.
Sailor Moon.
Yes.
I'm
May-
Sailor-
may flourish.
This fight is over.
Because
I said
I've quick
so,
changed.
right? Yeah, because I've already quick changed. Nobody can ruin my makeup.
I've achieved maximum
they
level
go
in Fabulous.
Maximum fab unleashed.
Uh,
Okay, so they go down, and then her line. She said, "You don't know what you've unleashed.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna,
You're gonna
need,
need
my
me.
help.
They're gonna need my help.
You're
Mhm.
gonna need.
That is a-
you're gonna need
That
my
is a
help."
Marvel way of saying we like you, the fans like you, you're staying.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna be
That-
in other movies.
Yeah.
That's Marvel lingo.
So now we come to the heartbreak of the episode.
Ah, yeah.
The final heartbreak.
The bringing down of the hex.
Like,
That's really the core of this episode, I think.
Everyone knows it's gonna happen,
Mhm.
but everyone's not prepared to experience it.
And it happened in
Right,
actually a
'cause I like-
totally different way from
Yeah.
I remember us talking about this several times. We were thinking, if is it going to be an explosion, is Wanda going to lose it again? But the way that they did this was so it was melancholy. It was done in
It
a
was so quiet.
it was a quiet
It was-
way.
Yeah.
It was
And-
slowly
yeah.
encroaching them, and then they just like made amends with it.
I like what Vision said. Vision said that I like that you're doing the right thing,
Mhm.
but it's not for us. It's not gonna work for us. And I like that was the first step to her accepting the reality
Mhm.
when she's like, yes, it's not for us.
And so it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
dun pa lang you could already see in their eyes that parang it's like, okay, this is gonna end.
We're doing it.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna
Yeah,
let
this is
go.
gonna happen.
Just
And
ju-
it's so nice how they did the kids.
Yeah, that was. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. that
They
was
needed
so,
to tuck them for one last time,
yeah, that was
so that the kids won't feel it. So the kids won't feel it because it will happen when they're asleep.
yeah.
And it was very. It was very also like kind of similar to how her parents were like saying, "Oh, let's just watch sitcoms over here." And then
that's
you know,
right. That's right.
you had the
Yeah.
the war going on behind them, but they just needed the kids to be happy at least for a little bit. And it kind of harkened to that. I saw one person comment about how that's very much how like the approaches for parents in war torn countries also is, and how it's it's that kind of like just make sure that the kids are at least at peace and can sleep well in that sense. And it's like, oh my god, that's so heavy, and it's like
That is
I
so
think they had the I think they had the perfect conversation too about how, they were like saying, we're so proud of you. You guys did so well, and and thanks for choosing us. It was like it was such a big moment for them as a family, and it was so well
Yeah.
done. It was so well done. It was like
So ang galing
the
nun.
perfect goodbye.
Like,
Goodbye.
right? And the kids are smiling like,
Of course, we love you,
okay.
mom. Just in their eyes, they're
Yes,
like, we
you're
love you, mom.
super mom.
Not knowing what
Yeah.
impending, I don't know, reality undoing that they're gonna have. They're just staring at their mom with
Yeah.
nothing but love.
Yeah. Parang he's gonna be like Billy. Mamamatay tayo.
Oh my
Kasi he's the
god.
only one who can sense it, right? So Billy doesn't sense it.
Mm.
Because he's speed, right?
Oh
So
my
he's like,
god.
we're gonna disappear. But it's okay. Because mom's so home.
Mom
But
loves
mom's
us.
And
there
then he's like,
anyway.
mom's, mom's already moving forward. Our job's done. We're okay. And then
Just go to
Billy's like,
sleep. Just go to
okay.
sleep.
Just sleep. Just go to sleep.
And then he's gonna wake
Right.
up. He's like, but shouldn't we? Shouldn't we? No, just go to sleep.
Just got to sleep.
Just go to sleep.
I love
Yeah.
how
So it's
I
so
love
funny.
Vision's goodbye where she said, "Good night, chaps," and then
Yeah.
but then it's like there was this like his voice kind of broke in between
Yeah.
just to show he was hiding it, but he knew that he wouldn't be seeing their kids anymore. It's such
Yeah.
a dad trying to be strong, but then
And at the same time, I feel like this was Vision. It seems like at the height of like the Mind Stone's emotional.
yeah.
No, like he had the tears welling up and everything. So this is him like saying goodbye to his kids and everything. And this is the Mind Stone already taking over and overwhelming him with so much emotion that
Yeah.
he is possibly experiencing for the first time at that level.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. True. This whole goodbye sequence was pretty heavy and very well written. The whole before we leave, before I go, like, can you answer me this? What am I? And that's where I think that moment is the acceptance part of Wanda. By verbalizing all of the things that he couldn't say to Vision during Infinity War.
Vision says, "I just wanted to see you." Obviously, it's a robot understanding love of the person that he's
Yeah.
seeing. At the first time, if tomorrow everything is gonna end, I just want to look at the person I love and just soak that in. It's such a
Ah.
well done scene. My gosh.
And
And I like
the delivery also of it was very. I felt it was very like classic Hollywood movie-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
Yeah.
moment. It was
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
the timing of it, the way they were
Armageddon.
delivering their lives. Yeah. And it was also like
Jack and
He
Rose.
says that. It was
No.
those and even more than that, it was more like the Gone with the Wind days, the classic glam Hollywood, like those kind of classic lines, and it was like so simple
Yeah.
and everything, and it was like
the lines.
yes,
The
yes.
lines, man. Like I like Vision's line wherein he said like, at first I was a synthezoid, then next I was something I forgot.
I was a
and then
memory made real. A memory made real.
And then the last line like was the clincher, like I'm looking forward to what I'll be next.
Who knows? Who knows what I might be next?
Oh, who knows what I might be next? And then White Vision crashing out. Vision! And then,
I love how the MCU portrayed Vision as a whole. I mean, ever since he started from Age of Ultron up to his death in Infinity War, up until now.
Even Jarvis, actually.
Actually-
Jarvis was such a beloved
Exactly.
voice, right?
And I never saw Marvel going this angle where I didn't see me or everyone else falling in love with Vision. I mean, he's such a he like you said, he's more or less a
Yes.
side character, but now he's such a person that you can feel for. I love what they've
Yeah.
done with Vision, and he's probably one of my top characters in MCU if you ask me.
And I think like WandaVision is the most I would say that the MCU has explored this very emotional kind of storyline
Mm.
wherein it's not
Mm.
defeating a villain that's at the heart of everything, or
True.
it's not this hero's journey kind of thing. It's a very emotional journey.
Mhm.
And to have Scarlet Witch and Vision at the heart of it all is like so interesting, and it just really made it all so beautiful. And like the line at the end when they said, "Oh, you have to say goodbye again," and they said, we'll see hello." I was like, oh my god, Rick
It stands to, ano to?
crying.
It stands to reason. Ano to? We've said goodbye many times. So it
Yeah.
stands to reason that we'll say hello
Maybe hello
again.
again.
Yeah. Oh, at that moment, oh my god.
And then in a very Disney-esque fashion, when the hex recedes their house, the camera pan 360
Yes.
While
and then
Vision
the
is
final
slowly
soul.
Yeah.
undoing reality.
And you see the montage of
It
everything.
was parang like a tangled thing, moment in
Oh nga,
tangled.
yeah. It was a very, Disney, and then like as the montage of, home renovations that they did throughout the
Yeah.
sitcom years and
And
around.
then that final so long darling
So
and
long,
then finally
darling.
disappearing.
Aw.
And then I like that Disney Marvel added this pa. Like it's not like, oh my god, so she finally found acceptance, everything's good in the world. Everything's not good in the world.
Nope.
Because you see
People
her,
are
you see her
pissed.
game, her Marvel's edition of the same walking Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
Was like, oh, I need to walk back to the entrance of town.
It's like,
She walked through the square,
oops.
yeah, and she's like, yeah. So yeah,
Shit. But it's weird because actually,
I'm a villain.
my the first thing that came into my mind was you forgot your car, girl. The red car that she drove into. I was like, but why didn't she drive out? But then,
She don't need a car.
yeah, but so she was walking out into the hall where all of the townsfolk that she mentally tortured were for a whole week, where they were, and then they were giving her the look of shame, and she was just, yeah, she was doing the walk of shame. The only person that talked to her was Monica, because she understood. Because
Yeah.
she said, if I had your powers, girl, I would do the same thing. I would bring back my mother. But everyone else won't
I-
see it that way.
I have this theory that like because they, a part of Wanda's mind went into them, that some part of them knows why they did it. They don't like it, but they also know, so they're also confused. So all they can do is like, ugh.
Watch the
Girl.
show.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all they can afford to do at this point. But like I'm sure later on, like that
Yeah.
that eventually
do
will
hope.
come back to
Yeah,
bite them. And maybe they weren't
and
expecting her to walk past. I mean like if
Yeah.
you
She should
suddenly
have
saw
just
somebody
flew
walk
over.
past, that was torturing,
maybe-
me. I was like, oh wait.
Or
wait.
maybe instead of going to Monica, maybe you call Monica to you. Girl, ikaw yung pumunta dito.
Here kasi I'm
Di ba nga,
hiding.
ako yung-
I'm hiding.
Ako yung dahilan. Bakit ako kailangan pumunta sa'yo?
Uh, with the Hollywood shades. Excuse me, sir. No press, no press.
Oh, yun. So, I actually like the costume with the hood on it.
Actually,
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
very
I like it too.
witch, very witch.
I
Yeah.
approve.
Yeah.
I approve.
Yeah. So, she flew, and that was the show. That last episode didn't look like a TV show.
Not at
It
all.
looked like a movie. It's pretty good. It's like, we're gonna make a movie, we're just gonna separate it into episodes. That's basically their mindset.
A 6-hour movie.
Basically the mindset.
Yeah.
WandaVision, I think, if I would score it, it's gonna be a 9 out of 10.
Solid.
I gave it a 9 because the 1 is Don Cheadle.
It didn't
I
have
also
that.
give it.
Didn't appear.
I also give it a 9 out of 10. The one is
Yeah.
Ralph Boner. It really goes to show how, the MCU is really building literally its own version of the comics on our screens, on the big screen or the small screen, because you're having all these little spin-offs, you're having all of these little stories.
Yeah.
And it really gives me a thrill when they all have this ending, and it's like, Wanda will return in so
Yeah.
and so and so. It's such a comic book way to end thing. It's so promising, but like I echo Mayor. I'm a little worried because it was such a great show. It's my favorite show for a really long time. And this was something actually my sister said. We were discussing it last night. We were discussing it today, and she said, "You know what? Every Friday, you felt united with the world somehow in quarantine, speculating on WandaVision. We haven't had that in the longest
In a while,
time.
yeah.
We haven't had that in a really long while
It's
because
been a
like
bit.
a lot of series right now, they're released as like one season. So like for example, Cobra Kai, you release it in one season and then that's it, you binge it.
Mm.
And it's been a while since we've had series that's been released like week after week after week, which harkens back to like the time of like, Lost, for
Lost.
example, when the whole world would all theorize and,
Yeah.
you'd have these like reaction videos come out. Oh, what does this really mean? And what
Mm-hmm.
did you see all of these Easter eggs? And it felt like those years. It felt like that time again.
Right.
So it was really
Mm.
great to do that. Like the moment you watch an episode, you are on YouTube, you're on Twitter reading the
Yeah.
fan theories and going through the forums and everything. And it felt so great to be united with geeks around the world,
Yeah.
And not gonna lie, there's gonna be a little void in my heart until Falcon and the Winter Soldier can possibly fill it. But this was also close to my heart just because I am such an X-Men fan, and this was a little bit of that tease, a little bit of that
Exactly.
tease.
Exactly.
I know the X-Men are coming, but it's not time yet.
Hashtag
It's
fake
not time.
boner. Hashtag fake boner. But I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, this is Marvel redefining how we experience the MCU. Having something every week where we can come together and talk about
Like a comic book,
like comic books,
right?
issues.
Every issues, yeah,
Exactly.
that come out.
It's such an interesting experience. It brings a community together. And that's the
Yeah,
magic that I think Disney
exactly.
Plus
Yeah.
has achieved. Thinking about WandaVision as a whole, definitely a solid 9 over 10. Maybe for me even higher, just because um, the performances in the show were so spectacular. Paul Bettany,
Give Lizzie an Emmy. Give
Lizzie
Lizzie
Olsen.
Lizzie an
Queen!
Emmy.
Lizzie is queen. Lizzie is
Queen!
queen. She
Queen.
went all the round. She made you cry. She made
It's,
you laugh.
it's
She
more like
made
this.
you
More
fall
like
in
this.
love.
Queen.
She made you fall in love with her. Lizzie is a breakout amazing. I mean, I always knew that she was great, but she just proved that she was like top notch in this show.
Yeah, this is like
Tama
where
na,
they gave
Lizzie. Tama
they
na.
gave her all of the opportunity to showcase like the range of talent that she
Exactly.
has, and I'm just so blown away by how
Exactly.
talented she is.
She
I mean,
was
not many people can be funny and break your heart in the same episode in like
yeah.
the span of like 1 minute. That's like what?
Yeah, the
And
span.
at the same time to be able to catch all the mannerisms exactly from every
Different
time period,
eras.
to go through all of that, it's amazing. And you're right, like the production also as well, the attention to detail, the fact that in the first episodes they actually had a live studio
They
audience, that
did.
that
Mm.
amount of detail is something that really makes show special. And
It is.
it just completely blew me away, and
It did.
it is going to be the standard for my 2021 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna be this is the this is the this is what you have
This
to
is the
teach
way.
for the rest
This is
of the
the
year.
way.
This is this is the way. This is the way. Oh,
If,
Until
do you
they
guys-
release the boner.
until they release the boner one day. And like I said, X-Men fans out there, we are one with you. We are hoping for the day we'll get our mutants.
on.
But until then,
we'll have our day.
hashtag fake boner. This has been an amazing run. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. It's been a joy. Unfurling these mysteries together. If you're watching, let us know if there are other stuff that we haven't covered. If there are other TV shows that you'd like us to cover, or even like just make analysis reaction videos about, just let us know. Until the next time, I guess this is gonna be Fiverwatch. We're gonna see you for the next whatever is the next cool thing we think is worth our evaluating eyes. But until then, this has been Altair.
Mayor.
And Mika, and we'll see you for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
We'll see you next time. Bye bye.